In the first human Mars landing plan in 2020, the team successfully landed on Mars. They undertake a 2-year research mission. 13 months later, the detection robot made a new discovery, a mysterious building on a dirt hill. After Luke reported the situation to the Earth and Space Department, he took the team to investigate. There are a large number of cone-shaped stones scattered under the Earth mountain, and electromagnetic signals are also emitted. A radar scan revealed a large amount of metal inside. The instrument continued to scan but was suddenly interrupted. Suddenly, a storm crushed all the cone-shaped stones. The flying sand all over the sky wrapped the Earth mountain in it, which evolved into a giant sandstorm. The team members were recording the scene when a sandstorm suddenly struck. One was hit by a flying stone, and 2 were sucked in and torn to pieces. Luke was buried in the sand and escaped unharmed. When the sandstorm dissipated, a giant human face was revealed. 1 million kilometers away from Earth's orbit, NASA detected an anomaly on Mars and received a distress message from Luke. After repeated discussions among the people, it was decided to launch a rescue plan. Woody leads the team to Mars. After 173 days of voyage, the spacecraft successfully reached the outer reaches of Mars. The rescue spacecraft is about to reach the orbit of Mars, and Phil starts to calculate the angle. Suddenly encountered the impact of cosmic dust, the spacecraft was hit. As the oxygen leaks, the internal pressure is gradually dropping. Woody quickly repaired the gap inside. With the help of his teammates, Woody found and repaired the hole in the hull. The pressure of the spacecraft began to rise, and the system gradually returned to normal. The exterior of the living quarters was covered in scars, and a large hole was torn in the fuel pipe at the rear. As the spacecraft enters Mars orbit, Woody accelerates fuel for the propulsion system to prepare for landing. A large amount of fuel spilled from the damaged pipe and then floated to the end of the thruster. When Jim touched the switch, the thruster plume caused an explosion, and the power system was directly destroyed. The spacecraft deviated from its orbit and fell in the direction of Mars. They found a supply ship. Several people evacuated the spaceship and tried to land on the supply ship, but they encountered a new problem. They were separated by 1 kilometer from the supply ship. Woody rushed to the supply ship alone, with a rope. Suddenly the propulsion system failed and Woody was unable to slow down. Woody successfully hooked the supply ship, but was thrown into space. In order to prevent his teammates from saving himself, Woody took off his helmet. In the 0-degree environment, Woody was quickly frozen into an ice sculpture. 3 Teammates made an emergency landing on a supply ship. When they came to the Martian camp, they found something. The camp is filled with a lot of plants, and the oxygen supply equipment is also working. Suddenly, someone attacked Jim. The teammates subdued him, only to find that he is the rescue target Luke this time. Luke regained his sanity. Luke told everyone about the alien ruins he had discovered. Several people cast suspicious eyes, and the video played by Luke completely subverted their cognition. The huge human face building keeps sending out electromagnetic signals, and Luke deciphers the mysterious signals. Luke saw a set of pictures that closely resembled human DNA, except that the last set of chromosomes was missing. Just when the few people had no idea, Jim thought it was a puzzle. Perhaps by filling up the DNA and sending the signal back to the human face, the secret of Mars could be solved. The attack they encountered before may be the electromagnetic signal sent by the radar, which was judged by the face as a wrong answer, so they attacked them. In order to solve the puzzle, Luke used a computer to complete the chromosomes, and then made them into electromagnetic signals. They came to the face with a remote-controlled unmanned vehicle. After Luke gave the command, the unmanned vehicle began to release the signal. Soon the face opened a door. Several people decided to leave one person to wait outside, and Luke entered. The inside of the human face is extremely smooth, without a trace of impurities. The 3 of them didn't realize that the door closed behind them. The gravity environment and oxygen content here are exactly the same as that of the Earth. When they took off their helmets, another door opened behind them. Several people walked in and were deeply shocked by the picture in front of them. This is a holographic image of the solar system. Hundreds of millions of years ago, Mars, like the Earth, was a planet that bred life. Mars was hit by a meteorite and burned Mars into a piece of scorched earth. Amidst the shock of the 3, a Martian walked towards them. The Martian saw their homeland and shed tears. In the direction the Martian pointed, there are countless spaceships pouring out from Mars. The remaining Martians flew to distant alien galaxies. After the Martians injected a set of DNA seeds into the spacecraft, they rushed to Earth and scattered the seeds of life. In this regard, the Earth has entered a new era, from the evolution of species, from the ocean to the land, and then to the rapid development of civilization iterations. Subsequently, the Martians sent an invitation, hoping that several people would go to their new home, and finally Jim chose to stay. After a brief farewell, Luke led his teammates to board the return capsule, and Jim's Mars spaceship rushed to the universe and flew to his new home. The Mars mission in 2000 subverted the perspective of human cognition. So, where do you think humans originated from?